All right, and talking about, I guess, perceptions of politicians, I have been chuckling over the last couple of days as I've watched on social media footage of the Deputy Leader of the New Zealand First Party and the Associate Energy Minister and I think Minister for Regional Development, New Zealand First MP Shane Jones, basically clapping back at a bunch of pretty well-known Wellington stirrers, the old stop oil people they're called lately. It was actually, we'll talk during the course of this interview about who was actually having a go at him, but I'd like to welcome now Shane Jones to the program. First up, Shane, how often in the course of your life do you get yelled at in the street?
Yeah, morning, folks. Greetings from the West Coast. Yeah, no, they originally came to Parliament, and I had every intention of going down to engage with them on the
Right Honourable Winston Peters, Leader of New Zealand.
Hang on. Yep, sorry, yep.
And by the time I got down there, they'd gone, so I had to go and get a haircut anyway. And then as I crossed the Lambton Quay, we bumped into each other. Yeah, there was some random woman who called me an effing sellout. And
you got sworn at?
Yeah, you get a few people who say odd things, but look...
She had a megaphone?
No, that blonde-headed woman with a strange voice. I've never come across her before.
American-type voice, Shane?
Correct.
Yeah, that was a woman called Valerie Morse, who was part of the Urawera raids because she was planning on how to kidnap people at gunpoint and smoking dope with Tama Iti. No, was it Tama Iti? No, it was someone else. Anyway, Valerie Morse is the leader of a group called Wellington Peace Action and Auckland Peace Action. She's a real Marxist, a real piece of work. Did you not know that?
She dismissed me as a climate terrorist, and she's very swivel-eyed. Unfortunately, I never referred to her in probably the way I would have in Kaitaia. But hey, I'm not going to take a backward step, mate. I've got a job to do, which is to put both ideas. I belong to New Zealand First, not Climate First, and a lot of the rhetoric being poured out into the sort of political domain from these groups is not based on science, and it's based on intimidation. Well, they met their match with me.
A lot of people were saying, and one of the funniest comments I saw on social media, Shane, was, here is a Maori man from the provinces arguing with what looked like middle-class white Pākehā woman from Wellington, that actually, if there was a real bit of solid New Zealand there, it was probably you, rather than, and if Valerie Morse was involved, it's basically real Marxist. It's a real Marxist sort of philosophy she has, and she runs Marxist cells in New Zealand. I understand very, very big file on her with the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service. So it is funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you weren't briefed on this.
Nah, mate, look, obviously we had a good briefing at the time when the Tūhoe raids went down, but I tend to let people get on with their life until they try and punch me in the nose, and then providing I don't break the law,
did it ever
I
get
give them
close
the Mike
to being
Tyson
physical?
treatment. Well, I'm 117 kgs, pro 6 foot, so I think they used their brains and moved on.
All right. Do you accept that it is possible in the current climate that you could be assaulted in the streets? And what sort of protection do you have? I know Doris Gorriman, when she was an MP, had as much protection as the Prime Minister. Do you have a security detail, Shane?
No, but occasionally when I do go to areas where I think there could be gang presence, I get 1 or 3 of the rallies to come along with me.
Okay, so you handle your own security.
Yeah, well, I mean, I try not to put myself in harm's way, but the reality is from time to time in provincial New Zealand, you know that these gang buggers, they're often on P, and they've got the point to prove the leaders might be in jail, but they've got some young punks wandering around and they don't appreciate the consequences of what they might do. So generally, if I'm going to put myself in an area that could be a bit vulnerable, I take 1 or 2 of the whānau along with me, and to date that's worked out well.
All right. Look, let's talk about the issue that these women from Wellington wearing plastic clothes and plastic shoes and using plastic bullhorns to have a go at you going on. How is progress towards getting some activity, some life back in our energy exploration sector?
Well, I just want everyone to know I'm in the West Coast today, and today I'm going off to give a very big speech at Ross, where the annual Minerals Convention is. And part of the minerals down here is iron sands, which does have a contribution to our broad energy slash mineral sector. Out there in Taranaki, there's more energy to be squeezed out of the existing gas fields. They've been threatened and sort of stared down by Megan Woods, who said that she would reverse the ban that she first put in place with Jacinda. It's so fatuous and fanciful. The Labour will never make progress until they get rid of the worst energy minister we've seen since the Treaty of Waitangi, and that's Megan Woods. Secondly, I'm off to Singapore in a couple of weeks' time, and there's lots of interest up there remaining in New Zealand as a source of investment and economic activity. We can sort out the resource management fast track and give people the confidence that we're not sliding towards some sort of Venezuelan outcome, which you would often think.